The smell of jet ski exhaust mixed with expensive perfume, that's what hit me first. Picture this. Serafina Blackthorne, HOA Queen Bee in a diamond tennis bracelet, screaming at me in my own driveway, waving legal papers around like she's swatting flies, while her grandson in a bright red wetsuit is backflipping a jet ski off the very pier she claims is a community hazard. The irony? You could have bottled and sold it by the ounce. She's jabbering that my Pier Me private pier, mind you, the one I bought a whole 72 hours ago, isn't really mine at all, that it belongs to the HOA, and I've got 1 day to sign it over. All this drama, and she has no clue I'm recording every word on 3 different devices, that my background in forensic accounting already has her $2.3 million embezzlement scheme dead to rights, or that my so-called absent father is Malcolm Rhodes, the sitting governor watching this train wreck live from his office in Lansing. Yeah, that happened. Her grandson Preston, jet ski prodigy and king of leaving beer cans on my property, has been treating my dangerous pier like his own personal water park, while Serafina rakes in $500 a month from 73 homes for maintenance that never happens. In less than an hour, FBI agents are about to sweep the community center, and the neighborhood's about to find out where all that money really went. If someone told you your property was suddenly community property, while their family trashed it for free, what would you do? Smash that like if you'd fight back, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. But let's roll back 3 days. I just landed in Michigan, clutching keys to this lakeside house that was supposed to be my ticket to a quiet new life under witness protection. Yeah, that witness protection. After testifying against the Castellano cartel, the feds gave me 3 choices for a safe house. I picked this one not for the lake view or the pier, but because it was as far from my old life in Philly as you could get. My handler, Janet, promised everything was above board. The previous owner died without heirs. The government picked it up. Clean slate. What she left out. Serafina had been scheming to snatch up this exact property for her illegal marina plans for years. From the outside, the place was nothing fancy, cedar siding that needed work, windows begging for an upgrade, but that pier, 60 feet out into Clear Lake, Michigan, was solid. Pressure-treated lumber, steel beams, deep water access. It was worth more than the house. So, of course, it took about 2 hours for trouble to show up. I'm still unpacking when a pearl white Range Rover crunches into my gravel drive. Out steps Serafina, 50-something, pink tennis outfit, hair styled in the kind of aggressive bob that just screams, HOA president. 2 flunkies in tow, both nervous. The way she rang the bell, you'd think she owned the place. "Mr. Rhodes, is it?" she says, looking me up and down like I'm a problem she's already solved. I tell her federal sale, quick, close. She's already rattled at the word federal. Then she does the unthinkable, just pushes straight into my living room, her bored cronies trailing behind, like they're entitled to a guided tour. She heads straight to the back, points at the pier, and drops a folder of official documents on my counter. Letterheads, stamps, legalese, the works. To anyone else, they might look real, but forensic accounting is my game, and I can spot a fake from a mile away. I tell her the deed is clear. The pier is mine. She laughs that high, nails on chalkboard laugh. "Oh, Mr. Rhodes, federal purchases don't override local HOA rules. The pier has been community property for years. The last owner refused, so we had to take action." There it was, the threat thinly veiled. It dawns on me why the old owner died without heirs, probably hounded to the edge by this woman's harassment. I say I'll have my attorney look at the paperwork. Instantly, the mask slips. My husband's a judge, my brother runs the sheriff's department, the mayor golfs at our club. You'll sign, or your life gets real unpleasant. Her cronies don't even blink. I play it cool. You've got 48 hours to provide real documentation. Now get off my property. As they leave, she snaps photos of everything. The war's on. I dig in, start tracing the money. Within an hour, I've got receipts. 73 households, $500 a month for pier maintenance. Supposedly, that's $438,000 a year, but only 50 grand spent on actual work. The rest, funneled through shell companies, straight into Blackthorne Marine Development, owned by Serafina and her judge husband. Classic HOA shakedown. That afternoon, I hear jet skis Preston and his buddies turning my pier into a Red Bull event. Music blaring, beer cans floating. I film everything. Every reckless stunt. Every splintered board. The same pier they claim is unsafe is apparently safe enough for their private fun. The hypocrisy is almost funny. That night, I get a text from my absent father, the governor. "You okay?" Saw neighborhood drama online. I reply handling it, "Don't intervene yet." The yet is crucial. Malcolm's the kind who can unleash the National Guard if I ask. But I want to do this myself. Next morning, 3 violation notices on my door. Pier height, kayak storage, disturbing the marine ecosystem, and failure to register the pier totaling $3,750 in fines, all signed by Serafina. She wrote them before we even met. This is a campaign, not a one-off. I go see Dorothy Waverly, elderly neighbor, local historian, and turns outkeeper of the anti-HOA resistance files. "You're the 4th federal resident she's targeted," she says, showing me a box of damning documents from families driven out, forced to surrender private piers for the HOA's exclusive use, meaning Serafina's use. The maintenance fees? Spent on luxury upgrades for the Blackthorn clan while the community docks rot. Armed with more evidence, I keep digging. That day, a tired county inspector, Carl, shows up illegal modifications. He says, barely trying to act official. "Off the record," he mutters. "You might want to lawyer up. This always happens when someone won't give up their pier." That evening, someone loosens my lug nuts. Not enough to kill me outright, but enough to send a message. I document it, call the cops for the record pointless, since Serafina's brother runs the department but install cameras everywhere. Next day, it's an all-out assault. Preston and half the high school tearing up my pier, while Serafina films the whole thing with a proud smile. I call 911 sorry. Marine Patrol's busy for 6 hours. I start live streaming 3 platforms. Thousands watching as Preston's crew trashes my property with grandma egging them on. The chat explodes, people tagging the Coast Guard, the governor, every news outlet in Michigan. Serafina tries to shut it down, screaming about privacy, but the world's already seen her scam. Internet justice is a beautiful thing. That night, I get an HOA email mandatory meeting, pier confiscation, scheduled to make it hardest for families to show. I prep all my evidence, calls to my witness protection handler for backup, a text to my father, tomorrow, 7 p.m., watch the stream. Next morning, a process server hands me a $500,000 cease and desist from Serafina's husband's law firm, demanding I delete all recordings. I thank him, file it away. "Lady, I've had cartel bosses put hits on Met his is amateur hour." Before the meeting, I reach out to every family Serafina's driven out. Some agree to zoom in and share their stories. When I arrive, the room stacks Serafina's people everywhere. Family at the head table in matching blazers. The AC mysteriously broken, spotlight on my seat. Preston's there in his wetsuit, all arrogance. Serafina bangs her oversized gavel, launches into a slideshow of my dangerous pier, complete with stock photos of hurricane wreckage. She accuses me of endangering children, live streaming without consent, threatening the community. The votes a sham unanimous to seize my pier. I stand, let the room hush, and plug in my phone today's footage. Preston and his crew turning my dangerous pier into a playground, Serafina cheering. Then, records of the HOA's embezzlement, fake maintenance, the shell companies. The room erupts. Serafina tries to dismiss me, private HOA business. But I remind her this is federal. I'm not just some random resident. I'm a forensic accountant who built RICO cases for a living. My peers federally protected her vote means nothing. Just then, 6 state troopers enter. Malcolm Rhodes, the governor, strides in. The room freezes. He lays it out. Threats, embezzlement, witness tampering. Serafina's husband arrested. Her brother processed at the station. FBI agents walk in and cuff half the board for racketeering and fraud. The community is in shock. Residents begin sharing stories, years of harassment, fake violations, forced sales. The numbers add up to $8.7 million stolen over a decade. And that's just the start. The state puts in a new HOA administrator, Patricia Kim, who posts all records online, runs meetings transparently, and refunds every overcharged family. Preston's dream of nationals is shattered, his equipment paid for with dirty money, but he steps up, offers to teach jet ski lessons for free using sponsorships, giving back. The community rebounds, families move back. Neighbors talk. The HOA transforms. 6 months later, the annual Pinehurst Freedom Festival draws a crowd. My Pier, once the epicenter of the battle, is now a community water sports center. Preston's teaching kids. Mrs. Waverly's legendary and truly terrible potato salad makes the rounds. People laugh instead of hiding. I stand there with Malcolm, just a dad now, not a governor, and he says, "You could have avoided all this by living in the mansion." I shrug. Simone's got to stand up to the Serafinas of the world. Justice isn't just about prison sentences. It's about giving a community back its soul. The news moves on, but the changes stick. Preston goes to college for community service, the HOA becomes a national model, and My Pier is a symbol proof that ordinary people can take down bullies, even when those bullies wear diamonds and carry gavels. Years later, Serafina's letter arrives from prison, asking for forgiveness. I don't reply. Some bridges are meant to stay burned. So what would you have done? Quiet lawsuit, public takedown, or something I haven't thought of yet? Drop your take below. Does justice mean revenge? Or is fixing the system enough? I'll be reading every story, because, trust me, there's a Serafina in every town, just waiting for someone to fight back.